cool. Someone wants to be friends.
What? What was that? What the f was that noise? What the f was that?
We've got a friend request. Friend request incoming. Aw, you've got a friend request incoming. Someone wants to be friends. Friend request incoming.
Why would they add something stupid like that?
Aw, you've got a friend request incoming. Aw, cool. Someone wants to be friends. Aw, you've got a friend request incoming.
Where do I?
We've got a friend request.
Where do I turn the Epic Games? Why do you guys update the stupidest things on the planet?
We've got a friend request incoming.
Oh man, you know what'd be really cool?
We've got a friend request. We've got a friend request.
Yes, Epic. This was a great idea. Thank you so much.
What is going on, guys? My name is 4G. So today I wanted to talk about some Save the World stuff, because Fortnite Save the World, in comparison to all of the other types of content that we have here on YouTube, Save the World is lacking. All right, I mean, there is some creators for sure, but compared to Battle Royale, it's just absolutely nothing, and there's just not as much content, man. I mean, even the fact that SypherPK, for example, one of the biggest Fortnite creators, the fact that this is like, it's always some shocking thing for him to go over and play Save the World once every couple of years or however often it is. Anytime that happens, for example, it's always like this big, massive thing. Ninja, I've never seen that man play Save the World. I think that would be actually pretty hilarious to see, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. You guys think he even bought it? I mean, I'm sure he bought it back in the day, but do you think he even logged into it like ever? Probably not. He probably would still load into the tutorial if he ever did it. But either way, all right, the point with this video is I wanted to talk about the fact that this game, Save the World, you can say whatever you want about the gameplay, but when it comes down to the actual environment of Save the World, it is unlike anything else that is in the rest of the game. In Battle Royale, in Lego Fortnite, Rocket Racing, Fortnite Festival, none of these game modes actually have the same level of passion and just something about them. I don't exactly know the personality of it. The fact that people don't know where V-Bucks are from. All right, do you know where V-Bucks are from? Let me just ask this right now. One of the most popular things that honestly at this point, people even call like the premium currency of other games V-Bucks. Like I do that all the time if I'm being completely honest. Like I'll play Call of Duty and I'll say, how many V-Bucks do I have for the battle pass? Nope, it's COD points over there, not V-Bucks. But either way, V-Bucks come from VenderTech, which is the name of the company that Dr. Vinderman made, which is a character from Save the World that you actually have voice lines and you interact with them somewhat, I guess. It's not the most in-depth. It could have been a lot better. Of course, it's all just voice lines. That is the main thing. There's no cutscenes or actual characters that you see. That's the problem, I think, with Save the World. It didn't have that same level of polish that they could have definitely had, especially now with the way that they treat Battle Royale. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter truly, because the characters themselves, the voice lines, everything about it, it's just great, man. They have so much personality. I mean, Dennis, for an example, Ray, Major, the director. These characters just have so much personality in comparison to anything that Battle Royale has. Now, is it the best if you compare it to other games? Maybe not, but if you compare it to Battle Royale, it's absolutely amazing. Like, I know with Battle Royale, the reason that they don't want the characters to talk is, you know, in the lore, or whatever lore is left when it comes to Battle Royale, because there's absolutely no story as far as I'm aware, or maybe there is, but it doesn't seem like it has much compared to what they used to have. But either way, I know the lore reason is because once you get to the island, once the characters get taken into the island from their whatever specific world they came from, it completely shuts off their ability to speak, and they just completely forget who they were, and their only sole purpose in life now is to just eliminate each other and win that victory royale. Just do that in a loop and just keep doing it until the end of time, apparently. Yeah, that's a great storyline, but I like the fact that the characters actually talk in Save the World.
That should be enough ornaments. I don't think you understand. This is not nearly enough cheer for a respectable holiday kingdom. We need more, or there could be consequences. Carry on.
I think that makes a huge difference in comparison. But we're not even just talking about the characters, okay? I'll go back to the characters in a second because I do have some stuff to say about that in relation to other items that they added. But the art style of this game, like, I understand now that we have it in Fortnite OG, we do have that, which is fantastic. Of course, we have that. Even Fortnite Reload does have the OG look a little bit, or a lot more than the main mode. But man, this art style just looks fantastic. I mean, just look at this. Doesn't have the ray tracing that Battle Royale has. Doesn't have the higher quality textures as far as I'm aware. Maybe it does. I don't exactly know. But either way, it doesn't have the lumen ray tracing, all the crazy things that they added into Battle Royale, but it still looks absolutely amazing. I mean, just look at the trees blowing in the wind. Like, why does this not happen in Battle Royale? Why do they still not have that? The ambient music playing in the background the entire time. If you're on a forest mission, for an example, you can hear ghosts laughing in the distance. you can actually sit there wondering what is going on, because of course it's supposed to be the end of the world. That's kind of the whole point. So it's kind of creepy. Like, are these like people or something? What are we hearing right now? Like, what is this creepy laugh? Something about it, man. It's just filled with personality. And like I said, it's just completely lacking in these other modes, in my personal opinion. And it's why Save the World is still talked about by the people who actually appreciate it to this day. It's not just because it's the VBucks mode. Yeah, sure, that's the reason we play it at this point, because they don't add anything and they completely ditched the story from that, which is just unfortunate. But it's because the characters themselves are fantastic. The personality, the art style, it feels like a world that's been lived in. And each of these worlds, these are all randomly generated worlds, or procedurally, well, it's not procedurally, I guess, because that would mean that it generates over time as you progress through the world, which technically doesn't happen. But either way, it's randomly generated. You hop into a new world every single time you do a mission. And I mean, obviously there's some similarities to each of them. It's generated based off of a certain type of thing, like a city, for an example, or a desert. But at the end of the day, it's still a brand new place every time, and yet it still feels great. Feels great every time going through these. You can see restaurants, apartments, office buildings, parks, places where it really feels like people used to live here. I can't really say the same about modern day Battle Royale. The OG map had this feeling because it was built off of Save the World, but anything Chapter 2 or newer just doesn't feel like that, especially now as we went further and further, starting with like Chapter 4, Chapter 5. I mean, I like the Chapter 4 map, but it doesn't have that Fortnite feeling. Everything is just too clean, too perfect, which is just entirely not the case with Save the World. Save the World feels lived in, like I've been saying throughout this entire video. Not only that, not only just the world, but if you look at the actual weapons themselves, just look at these weapons, man. These are so unique. I love that there is clearly a lot of passion behind this game. I'm not saying there's not for Battle Royale and the other modes, but I'm just saying when it comes down to it, it looks like you could really tell that there was a level of passion here from everybody who was working on this game. It's just a shame that they completely abandoned this. I'm sure that came from a higher up at Epic. It wasn't exactly the developers themselves. It's just a real shame that it never went free to play. If it did, and it actually still had content coming in, they actually completed the Twine Peak storyline. They added new events instead of just recycling the exact same ones every single year. I think the game would have been a lot better off. I'm not saying it would have been massive or anything like that, but I do think it would have been better than what it is today. And I think it could have definitely grown in popularity over time, especially if they were reworking certain mechanics, because of course, Save the World's not perfect. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of flaws, I will say. I mean, even down to this, like, look at this. This happens with so many weapons now. The magazine of the weapon doesn't even come out anymore. Like, you're reloading nothing. That's been happening for years at this point. They'll just probably never fix it because it hasn't been fixed for a long time. There's certain things like that, and they don't get fixed at this point. I mean, I'm sure they do fix certain bugs still if they're that bad, but I don't know, man. It's just not the same, unfortunately. Now, I will say it is still very much worth playing this game, in my opinion. If you've never played it before, if you haven't, especially if you already had it to begin with and you just don't play it for whatever reason, I'd give it a shot. Going through the main story of the game is a lot more fun, in my opinion, especially when you just have, I don't know, for me personally, I just have YouTube on my second monitor, just grinding through the missions. It's just a fun, chill time, in my opinion. Just watch some YouTube on the second monitor, playing the game. It's just fantastic, you know? I'm still gonna say that Save the World is a fun time. But either way, that is going to wrap up this video. What do you guys think about this? Do you play Save the World still? Is it just for V-Bucks? You can be honest with me, alright? Is it just for the V-Bucks, or are you actually just playing because you want to play some Save the World? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new here and you like videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.